Hi everybody, welcome to Pauly's Crochet Creations. I'm Tori, your hostess. Excuse the noise upstairs. The people upstairs are at home. So today's video is about, it's actually a yarn review. And I am doing a yarn review on two different yarns. They're the same, but they're different. So my one yarn that I want to do a review on is Lion Brand Big Scoop. Now, this is 10 ounces, 284 grams, 1,117 yards, 1,022 meters. It's a lightweight 3, and it recommends that you use 3.75 knitting needles and a 5mm crochet hook. It is machine washable and dryable. It is 100% acrylic, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this yarn is made in Turkey. Yeah, made in Turkey. So there are the specs. Can't see. Anyway. So I've told you the specs. Now this yarn was gifted to me by the lovely Patsy from Patsy's Crochet. So I'm going to try and do a review on that. I'm also going to do a review on roving. Now, roving is 7 ounces, 200 grams, 437 yards, 400 meters, 100% acrylic, machine washable and dryable. It's a number 4 weight, and it looks like it's a 5.5mm knitting needles and a 6.5mm crochet hook. Machine wash on gentle cycle and tumble dry normal. It is also a yarn that okay, I don't see where it's made. Yeah, I don't see where it's made. Probably in Turkey, but it is a roving style yarn, and it says that it's a number 4 weight, so it'll go from a light to a dark, from a light or thin yarn to a thicker yarn, then back to a thin yarn. That's what roving style means. Now, I've never used this yarn. It is nice and soft. Like, it's extremely soft. That's the only thing I don't like about, because you can never find the center pole, but I did. Okay, so that's the roving style. Now, I've got several different crochet hooks, from 3.5 or 3mm crochet hook to a 4mm crochet hook, then a 4.5mm crochet hook, then a 5mm, then a 5.5mm, then we have a 6.5mm, and I'm also trying a number 8. So I'm going to start with number 8, and I'm going to work my way down the line. The 5.5mm crochet hook is actually Haya, and it was gifted to me by the lovely Patsy from Patsy's Crochet. Anybody who I speak about in the video, I will actually put their link down below. So here is the big scoop. So we're going to start off with the 8mm crochet hook with the big scoop. Now, I know it says like a 5mm, but we'll just see what it looks like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11 and 12. So 1, 2. This would work if you wanted like a drapey shawl, because it will make, the bigger the hook, the more drape that you'll have, is the way I'm understanding it. Like, I'm new to crochet, so yeah. And I know I'm missing my hat. I really wish I had my hat. I could probably go get it, but I just want to sit and chat with you lovelies. And yes, I'm looking rough because I just finished 2 12-hour shifts. Now I have tonight off and tomorrow night off, and then I go back Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I hope you guys are staying safe. So, like I said, it was either do this or sit here and make beads all night, which I could very well do. Tomorrow is payday, so I get to go to Michael's. I gotta go check out their angels. Chain 2, 3, chain 3. I always chain 3 at the beginning of a row. Now, that is what a 8mm looks like in the big scoop. Now, we're going to go to a 6.5mm. So, now, this will be less drapey. 1, 2, 3. It is easier to crochet with a smaller hook. Sorry. So, okay, I did that wrong. Yeah, like I said, it frogs easily. Yeah. So, chain 3. That will count as that stitch. 1, 2, 3. Tried to have a nap earlier and yeah, didn't work. I was actually going to do this with the camera pointed down, so because I don't usually do reviews, and I feel that if I do a review, I want to do it so the camera's pointed down. Okay, so that is a 6.5. Then I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work. Now we go to a higher 5.5. Okay, So higher 5.5. Like, this is nice yarn, and I picked up a bunch of big scoops so that I could actually make lovey blankets for donations. I also have a whole bunch of stuffed animals. I probably have about 13 stuffed animals that I have to do loveys for. So I've been trying to do those loveys. I'd actually like to get them done for donations for Christmas or the bikers or buddies, or something like that. Just something so that I can help support the less fortunate. Because growing up in a family that had pretty much almost nothing, I know what it's like. So this is a 5.5 millimeter. Higher. And that's what it's looking like. I know I missed a couple stitches. That's why I don't do reviews. Yes, I made a mistake there. Gotta try and straighten it out. Put one in here. And put one in here. Okay. There, that's straighter. I'm probably not gonna upload this because, well, we just say it's not working out right, so I might have to do this on another day. So I've chained 3. Then we're gonna go down to a 4 millimeter crochet hook. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love how this yarn changes color though. 6, 7, 8. Okay. See, I use a 4 millimeter crochet hook to do my loveys. Number one, I have more control over it. And the second reason is because I like my stitches closer together. And the lower you go in the hook size, the lower the anyway, the lower you go in the hook size, the less drape there is. So I'm going in lower in the size, and I like it when my stitches are actually close together like this, because then that way somebody that has a little tiny tot, sorry if I'm moving you, I'm straighten my leg out. Somebody that has a little tiny tot, their little fingers won't get stuck in between the yarn. So that is a 5mm crochet hook, sorry. 2, 3, and now this is a 4mm crochet hook, and it's a lighted crochet hook. I don't usually use plastic hooks. I cannot stand plastic hooks. So 1, 2, and the reason I don't like the reason I don't like plastic hooks is because the plastic hooks usually catches on the yarn. I have always just grabbed my dollar store hooks, the metal ones, and I've always used those. So, I'm probably going to listen to this before I try and do it uploaded, because I might have to redo this video. So, like I said, I used to buy my yarn from Hobium because they had a specific yarn that I used for my lovies. Hobium doesn't sell it anymore. So, I got stuck trying to find an alternate. Now, this is not the same as Hobium, but it's similar to Hobium. So that's a 4. So it is an 8, an 8, a 6.5, a 5.5, a 5, and then this is a 4.5. 4.5 lighted crochet hook. Now I'm going to chain 3. I've already turned my work. Now we're going to go to a 4 crochet hook. A 4 crochet hook a size 4 crochet hook, and a size 5 crochet hook, and a size 3 crochet hook are the dollar store hooks. Now, I use the dollar store hooks all the time because they're the most comfortable hooks that I have ever found. Now, everybody asks me if I use the Susan Bates or a boy hook. I just use whatever I have on hand. And I know I have more hooks because I think I pretty much have a hook in almost every whip that I have going, and I have probably about 30 whips going right now. Yeah. I just see a project that I want to do, and I just go ahead and start a new project. And I really got to stop doing that because, like I said, you get too many projects on the go. Okay, so that's a 3, and no, that's a 4mm. So I would probably use a 5 or a 5.5 on this, and then this is a number 3, and I really wouldn't use a number 3. I should put one more stitch in there with that one right at the top of there. Try and straighten it out, and then I chain 3, and then I turn my work. So that's what your little swatch is. looking like. Now, I asked Michaels what they do with their swatches, and they say that they just throw them out. And I'm thinking, well, the swatches are still good. Like, if I could get my Michaels, to throw the swatches into a bag, and I pick them up after they've got a bag full, I'd like to take those swatches and actually stitch them together and make a swatch blanket. That is an idea, because those swatches are still useful. And if not, I could take the yarn and tear it apart and tie it all together and make a big blanket out of it. Reuse, reuse, reuse. Okay, so this is a number 3. And number 3 crochet hooks are usually for more dainty work, like what Sarah's doing. Sarah's little corner of the crochet world. Yeah, she's using like really fine thread, and she's making really tiny squares, and it's like, yeah, I don't have enough patience for that. I don't even have enough patience to use the number 3 on this yarn. So it will make it really tight. If you're looking for something that's extremely tight in crochet. So I usually don't use a 3 unless it's on a border. That is the number 3. So we got a 8, a 6.5, a 5.5, a 5, a 4.5, a 4, and a 3. So that is this yarn. Now I'm going to do a swatch in the other yarn, and they recommend that you use .5mm crochet hook. And I'm going to go down the line like I did with the first set, and then I'll show you what it's looking like. Now, this yarn is really, really, really nice. I do like the yarn. I just don't like the value. And the only reason I bought it was because it was on sale. So I'm using an 8mm right now. Oh, and that wasn't the center pole. Foobar. Foobar. Yeah, that's not the center pole. I hate doing this. There's the center pole. You come back here. And you go over there. I wish our yarns were made like the yarns overseas, where they have a little tab and they have the center pole. Yeah. Don't want a knot in there. But as you can see, this yarn is going to be hard to work with because it will knot up. Where are you? Like that. It just knotted up. So So, like I said, as you can see with this roving style yarn, it is a fluffy yarn. Okay. And there's my little knot that I ended up with. It is a fluffy yarn, and it does go from thick to thin. Okay. When they say medium 4-weight, medium whatever, that's what they're saying that the yarn maxes out to. So it'll go to size 4 weight, and then it'll go down, and then it'll go to size 4 weight. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, double crochet in the third chain from the hook. Now, you can do a lot of different swatches. You can do like double crochet, treble crochet, half double crochets, whatever your little heart desires. Tonight I'm doing a double crochet, and like I said, this yarn here, it possibly could catch up on itself. I've actually had Lion Brand Landscapes is what this reminds me of. Now, Lion Brand Landscapes, it will catch up on itself. I have had to try and frog it, but if you take your time, you can frog it. Okay, but you just have to go slowly and take your time. So right now I'm working with a size 8mm crochet hook, and it's not too bad. I do like the feel of the yarn. I'm beginning to wonder what these high-end yarns like Neuro. Everybody talks about Neuro. Well, you know what? I don't have $54 to buy a ball of yarn. So I'll probably never ever get the opportunity to try any of the higher end yarns, unless I can come across them at Aberdeen Yarns. Now, as I've said in videos before, there is absolutely no way that I will ever buy anything that has silk in it, and I will never buy anything that has Angora in it, because you can't be 100% sure if an animal hasn't been harmed. So, now I've gone down to a 6.5mm crochet hook. Okay, and this is actually not too bad. It's going through it quite nicely, and I'm probably not gonna be able to upload this video. Probably gonna have to do this at a later date. This actually crochets a little bit better than the big scoops. The big scoops, like I said, I will use only for Lovey blankets, because I can get more bang for my buck by using the big scoop than I can by using a higher end yarn, because this has 1100, Big Scoops has 1100 yards in here. This one only has 400. Now 400, yeah, that's good enough for cowls, hats, whatnot. So yeah, so that is number 6.5. Now we're going to go to a 5.5, which is higher. So, like I said, the lower the hook, the quicker it's going. And it's always that first row anyway. But it does crochet quite easily. I think I'm going to have to make a hat. And yes, Patsy, I am going to take my size 4mm crochet hook and my 3mm crochet hook, and I will show you how to do the hat. And if I don't do it tonight, I will try and do it tomorrow. Okay? Just for you, Patsy. So, the 8, the 6.5, now we're on the 5.5. Now we're going to go down to a 5mm crochet hook. Okay. And as I'm doing this, what I do is I lay my hooks out, as you can see. I lay my hooks out, and then each time I use a hook, I flip it upside down so that I know that I've used that hook. So, come on, get up there. All right. So, now we're going to a 5. So, I've chained 3, and then I should only use like 3 hooks when I'm doing this, but this is actually a really nice yarn to work with. I love the roving. I didn't think I would like it, but it crochets quite nicely. The true test is the frogging, and that's the true test. And the colors are actually really, really nice. The big scoop is watermelon, and the roving is called Chuckles. Chuckles. Okay, so that's 5. Now we're doing a 4.5mm crochet hook, and it's a lighted crochet hook. I'm going to chain 3. And I know my swatches are probably off because I'm probably skipping stitches and missing stitches, because that's me. 1, 2, 3. And like I said, I don't usually use plastic hooks because I don't like them. When I first started crocheting, I did use them. But when I bought hooks from the dollar store, I've been hooked on the dollar store hooks ever since. And I just bought 4 new hooks from the dollar store that are, I believe they're 4 or 4.5, but it's purple hook. And I know there's only 1 hook in the package, but seriously, these dollar store hooks are wicked. So, but I'm going to have to crochet a hat. Literally, I'm going to have to crochet a hat after this review. Because I love the colors, and I love how the yarn feels. Like I said, that's 4.5. That's 4.5. Like I said, and it's nice and soft. I'm going to have to crochet a hat. Okay, so 4.5. Then this is going to be a 4. Okay, I might have to pick up some more of that roving yarn. Now, the true test is going to be when I frog it. I say that the roving style yarn will actually catch up on itself. Because like I said, the roving style yarn, it reminds me so much of the Lion Brand landscapes that I had just finished making a hat out of. And I had to frog it a couple of times, and I literally had to take my time frogging it because it kept catching up on itself because of the fuzziness. But you know what? I could be wrong. I really could be wrong. So, come on. Was that the last one? Yeah. So that is a 4mm. Now, I don't think I need to do a 3, but I'll do it anyway. So, I know this video is going to be really long. Even a 3mm is actually crocheting quite nicely. So, probably going to go to Michael's tomorrow because I need to check out their angel beads. They have a bunch of angel beads that are going on clearance, so I need to check them out, check them out, check them out. All right, so, and this is number 3. It's very, very, very nice yarn. So now I'm going to take all of my crochet hooks and I'm going to put them all away. Put this high back in the bag because I'm missing one of my highs. I think I'm missing the 4 or 4.5. It's probably on one of my projects, one of my many projects. So I know I should put all my hooks in one bag, but I don't have a decent bag to put them all in one bag. So, 4mm and the 3mm are the ones I want to keep out. I put the dollar store hooks in one container so that I know they're all from the dollar store. These ones are separate. These ones are dollar store hooks, but they're unopened. And I'm trying not to open those ones because I'd like to send those ones to somebody in one of my boxes for whoever my box goes out to. And it probably won't be, I do have to send a box to Patsy, but that won't be until her birthday, so. And the reason I'm leaving these out is because I have to make a hat in this. So, frogging. The big scoop frogs quite nicely. As you can see. Like I said, Hobium doesn't make my yarn anymore, so I'm just going to wrap this up into a little ball because I can use it. I'm almost tempted to just take a little ball, wrap it up, then, which I might actually do, whatever ball of yarn I'm using, right? I take after I'm done the review or whatever, the swatch, and then I cut off the yarn and I unravel it to show you how it frogs, and then take all the yarn and wrap it up into one ball. I'm going a little bit further with this one. So then I would take this, take my trusty little scissors, the best scissors I've ever found. Well, the second best. Well, the first best, because the other ones are the second best. But these are so small and they're dainty, I can just pop them into any project bag and they cut really, really easily. So what I've done is I've wrapped up a little bit of the yarn, and then because I think a hat, I'm going to take this and I'm going to snip that there, put that in here. But every time I snip a piece off, after I've done the swatch, right? Okay, that's my swatch. So each time I cut a piece off and I go to frog it, then I just frog it to show you. Oh, it actually frogs quite nicely. I didn't think it would. I thought it would catch up on itself. So I frog it. Oh, it did catch up on itself right there. Okay. So one little catch up, two little catch ups, and it could be the way that I'm crocheting too. Three little catch ups, four. So it does catch up on itself. The tighter ones, the ones with the smaller hook, doesn't catch up on it as bad as the big ones. The bigger hooks are what's catching up. What is catching up on itself. So the bigger hooks is what's catching up on itself. All right. Come on. So if you start a new project, don't quit. Keep trying, because there is a learning curve and it will take some time to learn stuff. I'm just going to get rid of that. So don't quit. Keep trying. You have a great day, evening, weekend, wherever you may be. And you guessed it. Keep on hooking. Okay? You keep on hooking. So I'm going to let you go for now, and I'm going to toddle off and either make some stitch markers or crochet my hat, which I might actually do is I might crochet the hat. So, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Bye for now.